Your boss just dropped another job on you, out of nowhere. You wanted to say no. But what came out was, sure, no problem. That night you ask yourself, why did I take it on again? Let me put your mind at rest. It isn't because you are weak. There is a clear reason why you can't say no. And once you know that reason, you'll know what to do about it. Today, we'll look at how to change that. Our guides are the words of Dōgen, a Japanese Zen monk who lived over 700 years ago, and the words of a samurai from the Edo period. This isn't about willpower. It's about having the option in the first place. And today, we're going to talk about how you get that option back. You might think you do have the option to say no. Of course, I could refuse if I wanted to. But when the moment comes, the words won't come out. It's right there. You just can't say it. You've never used it. Not with that person. Not in that moment. An option you've never used is no option at all. It's there, and it isn't. You had the option, or so you thought. The truth is, you never had it at all. There are many situations where saying no feels impossible. Today, we'll look at two of the most common ones. One is when you can't turn down an invitation from a friend. The other is when you can't refuse an unreasonable demand from your boss. At the root of both is the same feeling. You're afraid of what happens after you say no. But most people never notice this. Saying yes has already become normal for them. And it's become normal for the other person too. So they ask, without thinking twice. Before you even get close to saying no, you hear yourself say it. Sure, no problem. It comes out on reflex. In these two situations, let's do one thing. Let's take that option back. Let's make saying no something you can actually use. Let's take them one at a time. The first situation. When you can't turn down an invitation from a friend. Let's go somewhere this weekend. A friend says it lightly. The truth is, you wanted to stay home and rest. You were tired this week. You wanted a weekend with nothing in it. And yet, you say it again. Sure, sounds good. Picture yourself saying no. Your friend's face clouds over just a little. Why not? They ask. The air turns awkward for a moment. Nothing has happened yet. Your friend hasn't actually said anything to you. It's just a vague fear of what might happen if you say no. And then, after you've said yes, aren't you looking for words to talk yourself into it? Well, they're my friend. That's just how it is. And once I'm there, I'll probably enjoy it. But isn't your heart answering honestly, all the same? I really didn't want to go. About 800 years ago, in the Hagakure period, there was a Zen monk named Dōgen. He founded the Soto school of Buddhism, which centers on seated meditation. In a record written down by his students, Dōgen is remembered as saying this. If you're going to feel shame before someone, don't feel it before just anyone. Feel it before a person who truly sees things clearly. Rather than the cheap opinions of your own time, care only about the eyes of the people you truly respect. That is what Dōgen taught. Now, these words were originally a warning to monks. A warning against wanting honor and status. But isn't there something in them for our relationships today too? So think about this. Suppose you said, I'm tired this week. Can we do it another time? And suppose that alone was enough to break the friendship. Then that is all the friendship ever was. Losing it might not hurt as much as you think. Now the other case. You say, can we do it another time? And your friend says, oh, sure, get some rest. Just like that. That person respects what you want. That's the person worth holding on to. Rather than bracing yourself for a friendship that breaks the moment you say no, spend your time with the people who stay the same either way. And still, suppose it really does end things with that person. Remember this, they didn't push you away. You made a choice. You protected your weekend. You protected your own heart. You didn't let yourself be swept along. This is what came of that. Being pushed out against your will and choosing to step back yourself. You end up alone either way. But they are not the same thing at all. In the second one, there is freedom. The second situation. When you can't refuse an unreasonable demand from your boss. The root of this one is the same. You worry about how they'll react, so you can't say no. But here, something else is layered on top. A real fear. If you say no, your standing at work might actually suffer. That doesn't go away by thinking positively. So here, we come at it from a different angle. We put the worst outcome into clear words, before it ever happens. Let's look at an example. Your boss pushes another job onto you. Get this done by end of day. Finishing it today means working late into the night, but you won't be paid for the overtime. Come in on a day off, and there's no extra pay for that either. You know it's wrong. You know it in your head. And still, you say nothing. Understood. I'll take care of it. Shouldn't this come with overtime pay? What if you said that? The pictures start to grow in your head. Your rating might drop. You might not be welcome here anymore. Worst of all, you might have to leave. Because of that fear, you stay silent. Even about something you clearly know is wrong. In the Edo period, there was a samurai from the Saga domain named Yamamoto Tsunetomo. His words were collected in a book called Hagakure. There is a passage in it that goes like this. Every morning and every evening, die again and die again. When you live as one already dead, you gain freedom in the way of the warrior. You will live your whole life without failing and carry out your duty. Every morning and every night, picture the worst again and again. Be ready for it. Then you can move freely and do what you're meant to do. That's the teaching. Now, put that into your job today. Demotion. Being moved somewhere you don't want to go. Being let go. There is no ritual suicide waiting for you. But for anyone working inside an organization, these are the worst in another form. So don't look away. Picture that worst outcome a little more clearly. Picture the moment you leave the company. And here's the one thing you must not forget. Leaving doesn't kill you. If you can feel that, then hold on to this thought. If that happens, it happens. With that much settled inside you, you can speak up against an unreasonable demand without fear. But most people feel something else, don't they? That's easy to say. I have a family to support. I can't just walk away. If that's you, take a look at a job site. Just once. Whether you actually change jobs is another question entirely. Take a look, and I think you'll find there is more work out there than you thought. The pay might be a little lower, but you'll start to feel something. Even if I left here, I'd manage somehow. And what if you still don't feel confident about making it at another company? Then knowing that is already a big step. You can only put your effort in the right place because you now know where you stand. Find out what you'd actually need to make it somewhere else. Then work on getting it. That's it. You used to think vaguely, I have nothing to offer, so I have to cling to this job. You've already moved a long way from that person, so picture the worst. Because you pictured it, you can prepare for it, in real terms. Having that preparation is what matters. And knowing it's there is what gives you confidence. Worst case, I'll leave. It's that thought that turns you into someone who can say what needs to be said. And for the company, over the long run, it's having people like that which makes it grow. And say that, as a result, you end up taking the job. But that's not because you had no choice. You chose to take it. And in that, there is freedom. So, what did you think? You can't say no. That isn't because your will is weak. Very few people can think clearly in the moment they're asked. Remember what we said at the start. An option you've never used is no option at all. So you use it. Not on the spot. Beforehand in your head. Does this person actually care about me? If I had to leave my job tomorrow, what would happen to me? Ask yourself in the quiet hours, when nothing is happening. Picture what saying no would actually look like. Have the answer ready. That's what preparation is. And that's how the option becomes yours again. An option you've used even once in your own head. That one you can reach. Saying no is not rejecting someone. You're just choosing what to do with your own time. And it's keeping that freedom to decide in your own hands. On this channel, we look at the troubles of modern life and search for answers in the ways of thinking Japanese people have held for centuries. The teachings of Buddhism, the thinking of the samurai, and more. If these Japanese ways of thinking were of use to you, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you have something you're struggling with right now, please tell me in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. Thank you for watching.